Hey. It has a live limiter. If we laugh and say something really abruptly, it pulls down the volume. It's pretty wild.
That's really great. I wasn't thought about something else.
What is this?
That's a SD card reader.
Whoa, it has an Ethernet? What the f is that for?
For I can ether my net. Either one of them works. Are we recording?
I love those.
I know. What else?
Ether my net.
Welcome back to another episode of the Tattoo Budcast, the only podcast that feels like a tattoo session.
Minus the tattoos.
Nope, that's not it. We did it again. Welcome back to another episode of the Tattoo Budcast, the only podcast that feels like a tattoo convention.
Minus all the tattoos.
I'm Sinai Garcia.
And I am Jimmy Jam.
And we're back with one last episode from the 2025 Northern Arizona Tattoo Fest.
In Prescott, Arizona.
I know. Do you want to talk about really quick how cute that town is?
I want to talk about how cute that town is all the time. Let's just talk about it a little bit right now.
Okay. Nah, I don't feel like it.
It's cute.
It's really cute.
It is.
I had no idea that Arizona had like mountains like that.
Yeah, man.
So this town, it's totally a little Old West town, huh?
It is.
And it actually is, I guess, right?
Yeah, it reminds me of a little bit of like Mayberry on the Andy Griffith Show.
I don't.
Like all the buildings are super old, especially
I feel like
in the
that's like
the
more
center.
like southern. I feel like this reminds me more of like a Tombstone. No? Was it a boom town? Was there gold there?
Oh, maybe. I would imagine some mining. Have you ever been to Flagstaff?
No, but I've had staff. Just kidding.
I'm a half-mass person. Flagstaff's also a really nice town. It's more of like a ski.
I said I've had staff.
You've had staff?
Like a staph infection. You thought I said I have staff? Yeah. Like a flag.
But yeah, Flagstaff is another beautiful city, but Prescott just has a warm place in my heart, and it will forever. I mean, I've traveled a lot, and this is a very I feel like a very community-driven town.
I think there's also a reservation there.
I think so. They're kind of everywhere.
Isn't that an Indian casino or no?
Buc-ee's? Never heard of that tribe.
Oh, I'm stupid. But why are they allowed to have it then?
Why is Vegas allowed?
Vegas is the only exception to the rule.
Really?
Well, I guess that's not true. Atlantic City, yeah. I don't know. We'll look into that next. But this is what I've learned about Prescott. Here's what I know off the top of my head about Prescott. Prescott, Arizona was initially established in 1864 as the first territorial capital of Arizona, primarily to secure mineral wealth for the Union during the Civil War. So the Union is good.
Yeah.
And then it also says Prescott was founded at the behest of Congress and President Lincoln. You guys don't care about that.
Ever heard of him?
He's not just a big old car. Tell them why we're looking up Buc-ee's.
Well, we talked about it actually on I think one of the
other
episodes.
Remember?
So Buc-ee's is a casino that's located on the opposite end of the resort that the convention takes place at.
And they had these weird machines that if you put $20 in, it'll give you $150.
Yeah.
And it did that for me.
Yeah.
But also if you accidentally make a $40 bet, it will give you nothing.
There's also another place across the street.
Oh, yeah.
That one across the street?
No, I'm not listening to you. But of course it's a native casino because there's that that statue in the middle of the roundabout.
Oh, what am I saying, dude? I was hanging out there like one of the first years in...
With the chief. You wish. Hey, talking to your bro guys.
I was just calling everybody chief.
They're like, that's offensive.
One of the first years I was there, like after the convention, one of the nights, everybody was smoking cigarettes outside in a little smoking area, and somebody was smoking weed, and one of the workers came out and was like, you need to put that out right now.
Oh.
These are tribal lands. You will go to jail. It's not like...
with your ass. This is off topic a little bit, but kind of not. We used to do, and we're trying to do it again if anybody will help us out. We used to do this convention in New Mexico.
Yeah.
What was the Albuquerque?
It was originally called the Duke City Fiesta, and then it became the Tattoo Fiesta, located at the Isleta Casino, south of Albuquerque, a little tucked away. That's the one.
Okay. Well, anyways, we used to do that. And I tattooed this girl whose dad was paying for her tattoo and like for her siblings or whatever. He had a wad of cash, like upwards of $1,000 in his back pocket, and he dropped it walking through the casino. And the lady that was walking behind them didn't say, "Sir, you dropped your money." This thought she was slick and went and picked it up and kept it. And so when they set the appointment, he's like, yeah, like he was bummed out. He lost all this money. And he said that he had already talked to hotel security and that the, tribal police were on it. By the time her appointment came later that day, the tribal police, because of face recognition in the casino, had already went to this bitch's house to retrieve his money.
The house?
Yeah, they had already, they found where she lived. And so this was 2016. Yeah. So imagine what facial recognition could do now. But yeah, I guess they don't play at those casinos.
They don't. I remember one year.
Well, they play.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to play.
But
you got to play to win.
They ain't playing with your ass.
One year, there was 2 artists that were outside in their car smoking and they got busted, and they had warned everybody, like, that's it's tribal land, so you can't fuck around, like no weed,
if you got
nothing.
A need for weed, then your Miranda rights we will read.
Yes.
Maybe not. I don't know what they do on tribal lands.
So anyway, they got busted out in the parking lot in their car smoking weed. They found out who they were and that they were there for the tattoo convention, and this was day 1. And they physically removed all of their shit and kicked them out.
Oh, did they go pack it themselves?
I don't remember. This was like 16 or something like that.
Wow.
Some friends of ours, they were in the booth right next to them, and they were like, well, I guess we have a double booth now.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm going to call the cops on the person.
Everybody,
yeah. But that's not cool. Don't disrespect tribal lands.
No.
Like, what? It's just like being in another country. Like, if it's not acceptable there, don't do it. Yeah. Like, this is truly not your land. This is a land that was allotted to these people after theirs got taken from them. Mm-hmm. And you're still going to go in there and act like a colonizer. Have some respect.
Yeah.
You pieces of shit. Like, I kind of got a little bit of a heart flutter because I probably was a stoner back then.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I
don't think so, because we've done it with some stoners, and I don't know what they did or how they did it, but
I feel like there was no time because I was so busy.
Yeah, that convention, if you haven't done it, it's really hard to get onto. If you haven't done
it, don't do it, because we want to do it and there's limited space. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're here for Prescott.
Yeah, we're here for Prescott. And that convention also, you can try to do it because we already have our spot. So anyways, let's talk about the first artist that we have.
Yeah, we have a new bud of ours that
we've met.
A new bud. I got to meet him at the Salt Lake show, and we really got to know him because he was a guest on our podcast.
We got to sit down with a legendary Mike Pinto. If you are part of the convention circuit, you've probably seen him before. I know James has seen him before. You met him this time.
Yeah, and to be quite honest, he was a little intimidating.
James said that he always saw him around, but he just was always scared to talk to him because
I don't know. He just intimidated me. But it turns out this guy's the biggest teddy bear we've ever met.
Yeah, but he'll probably still somebody up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But the best part about this guy wasn't just that he's an amazing artist. He has a little girl. Shout out to my little homegirl.
Yeah.
Do you think he cares if we say her name?
I don't think so.
Shout out to Winter. Because let me tell you, well, I shouldn't say when I'm talking about a child. Shout out to Winter. You'll learn what her hustle is.
Yeah.
And how she makes her money at conventions. But also, on the last night of the convention, we went to Holdfast there, and right next door to there at this restaurant, we've talked about it. They have a going away dinner where like the artists all meet up at this Italian restaurant for dinner. And then after, we go to Holdfast and have drinks and we gamble and fellowship, and it's just the fucking best. But anyways, Winter, I had her rolling for me when we played CeeLo.
Little hot hands, that one.
And can that little girl roll some dice? I won't get into it too much because some of you don't know how to play CeeLo. If you know, she pushed for me like 6 times. The pot got up to like over $1,000.
Something like that.
Something like that. Possibly thousands.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we didn't win, but we were giving those boys hell.
Yeah.
But let us show you really quick what kind of artwork Mike Pinto does.
Look at that thing, dude. All those fucking layers.
Look at that, dude.
It's fucking
Looks
gorgeous.
like a fucking lowrider.
Yeah, and if you ever see him at conventions, stop by his booth. He has tons of shit that's that good.
All different sizes, all different designs. And what's cool about these is they're not on wood, so they're super light. Like, if you buy it, it travels super easy. You're not going to waste your whole carry-on luggage weight limit. So,
do you want to know what the deciding factor was for me on asking him
to do it?
Yeah, like I said, he seemed like an intimidating guy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the Salt Lake convention during setup, him and Winter, his daughter, were just skating around on roller skates all over the convention hall. And that motherfucker can skate.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's so good.
On roller skates or rollerblades?
Roller skates.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's like, that dude's fucking awesome.
Dude, I'm going to bring my roller skates here and try it at the shop. Because it's so hard to do it on the street because the gravel. And like, since I'm like not good, like...
This is a good... We can just go around the pillar.
I could only make wide turns, and I need to figure that out. But that is adorable.
Yeah. I already said without further ado.
And then we had more do.
We had a lot more do. Without further ado. All right. Just watch the video of Mike, get to know him, follow him, do all the things.
Why don't you give him a snap, and it'll start rolling. That lady said, I'm an anal person. And it's funny how pitch can change that. I'm an anal person. Or I'm an anal person. Do you like it in the ass or not? We just heard somebody outside of the door from where we're recording saying that they are an anal person. And I was telling James that that's so funny because it's like if you just changed the pitch, it can go very wrong. Yes, please. Yeah. Our guest is here.
Hello.
Hello. Buenos dias.
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Headphones are yes.
If it's up to you, if you want. They're not necessary.
Try to try it without it a little bit.
Okay.
I was gonna say it might make it tricky.
He'll tell you if you need to be closer or further from the mic or whatever. He's got his on.
Perfect. How are you guys this morning, afternoon?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
So, we've got the one and only Mike Pinto.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Amazing artist.
Thank you.
Tattoo artist. Okay, before we get started, before we get into tattoo and art stuff, we have 2 questions just to warm you up a little bit.
All right. Well, we'll go with mine first. It's not that crazy. What's in the top drawer of your station, and is it organized?
I have multiple top drawers, but my center drawer is just machines.
Is it organized?
Ish, from kind of the ones that I don't use at all are way in the back, and the ones that I use more often are.
Damn.
Yeah,
do you not have a junk drawer in one of those top drawers?
I have a drunk basement. Yeah.
So it's like complete opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a junk basement.
Maybe you could show us some things because both of our top drawers look like hurricane.
Except for once or twice a year where we clean our toolbox.
Get the gumption to go through it, and you're like, oh, I'm wondering where this was.
Yeah, it's like a random spring. I don't even use coils anymore. It's like a fucking couple ink caps, maybe a loose Benadryl.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're like, huh, should I take this?
You're Googling the serial number to see if you could party or not.
Suppositories.
Suppositories, yeah. All right, let's go with this one. Maybe this one will register or hit you a little better. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends assume you did?
Well,
there you go. That's
could I ask for some context? Like, what year is it?
Today.
Today they would probably assume it was some sort of misunderstanding.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of change in the Mike Pinto world?
Well, I'm a middle-aged suburban tattoo dad.
Yeah.
You know, that's my life now. So 20 years ago, it could have been any number of things.
Oh, yeah?
You know? Yeah. Any number of things I might have gotten in trouble for.
Hell yeah.
So they wouldn't have even been able to take a guess?
They'd be like, how much is bail? You know? Is bail an option?
That bad, huh?
Yeah, not that bad, but, you know, borderline.
Yeah.
Borderline.
So
I was going to say, where do you tattoo at?
I'm from Denver, and most of my career has been in Denver. But, you know, when I was younger man, before I had kids, I traveled a lot. So I got to, you know, really get a feel for what's different styles, different places, what America's like. It's amazing, like, how regional tattooing can be.
Yeah.
Things are big here. Other things are big there.
Different culture altogether.
Yeah.
That's true.
And your art seems to go over some places better than it does others, you know. But yeah, Denver's always been home.
That's awesome.
I love Denver.
Yeah,
So
I think
nice.
that was actually the first time I met you. I think it was Villain's first year there.
Maybe.
And
I had the big booth with the motorcycle in it. And
this is how why I remembered you so well is you blew my fucking mind. Your entire tablecloth was full of like 2x2 inch traditional designs.
when I do shows now, I don't want to spend, you know, somebody pick something from my book and it's going to be a big tattoo. Yeah, I'm going to do it. But what I'd rather do is do 10 little tattoos a day that take me 30, 40 minutes.
All day.
That I can sit and bullshit with the guy. I'm going to meet 10 people.
Yeah.
Have 10 experiences as opposed to just that one. And it kind of takes the pressure off of, you don't have to be a cool guy. You don't have to say no.
Yeah.
You know, I see a lot of that. Like people are like, I'm too good to do that.
Yeah.
I'll sit down and do a 45-minute banger and have a nice conversation with somebody any day of the week.
Yeah. I fucking love a small tattoo, especially at a convention.
Yeah. Now,
or a pre-drawn period.
I don't particularly want to do Pinterest arrows on
people's
fingers, but, you know, if somebody comes in, I want a little mom heart or a swallow or, you know, like a little dagger or little Mr. Lucky or something. Those tattoos are so fun to do.
Fuck yeah.
And
they're easy.
So for the people, would you say that you do mostly traditional? Is that your preferred style?
You know, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I don't do traditional. Like, to me, what traditional means now are kids who kind of do these perfect 1 point, kind of very graphic within a certain set of rules. You know, it's got to have 3 color minute, this, that, that. And my stuff is more illustrative. There's a lot of Japanese and Chicano influence in there.
Wait, are you Japanese or Mexican?
No.
Oh.
I'm Italian and
just
Irish.
Influenced.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up.
I'm Japanese and Mexican. That's why I thought maybe.
Yeah, I grew up in a Chicano neighborhood, so that was like a big part of my life. You know, lowrider culture, and then kind of even in Colorado, like the Southern California thing in the '80s was like a big influence. BMX bikes, skateboarding, punk rock, all of that. So that all kind of works into it. But there's a group of guys that just make cool tattoos.
Yeah.
It's not real. It's got elements of traditional, you know, because it's got the bold outlines and the simple color work, but it's got the body layout of Japanese. And then from there, you can incorporate, you know, a little biomech or this or that. And it becomes this kind of weird hodgepodge. And there's not a name for it. It's not like neo-trad is like, you know, when you see that.
Yeah.
You know, when you see this. There are lots of guys that do it, and that's kind of what I strive for.
There's a point in probably most artists' career where it's like, I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. These are the things that I like. I like traditional. I like Japanese.
Yeah.
Why can't I fucking mash them up? Why do I have to follow these rules?
Yeah.
I followed the rules for this many years.
Yeah.
And
or you thought you did.
Yeah, you thought you did.
I mean, and that's the thing. I'm not a Japanese guy.
Yeah.
So for me, the best I can do is pay homage to the style. So I learn what elements make up a dragon, try to make sure that I have all 5 elements. Try when I draw them to make sure I show all 4 claws.
Yeah.
I do little things, try to do the eyes last, because you hear that's a thing. But I'm not Japanese. It's not my culture. But there are lessons to be learned, like they're masters of making sure that the image is simple enough and readable enough, and the background is dark enough to make separate. And you make layers of images by doing a bunch of little flat tattoos that are stacked in order. And you're like, oh, look, water, cloud, flower, dragon, cloud, water, background.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're 6, 7, 8 layers deep sometimes. And you have this really dynamic tattoo that works with the body.
Yeah.
My mentor was kind of this older biker dude that had this like real fine line, very minimalist style. But he's like, you should only add what you need. Like each thing should be the most information you can extract. Like poetry, when you choose the perfect words, you don't have to say a lot to say a lot. To me, that's
a good way of putting it.
Good tattooing. I see a lot of people overpower the skin and the image and, and the body itself sometimes.
That's something we've talked about on this is like people will come to you with what they think is a tattoo idea, but like they actually gave you enough ideas for a whole sleeve. Like you don't have to cram everything into one single piece.
Without being too rude, it's 4 pounds of shit in a tee.
Exactly. That's exactly
We've heard that phrase so many times on this podcast.
Yeah.
Or when they try to put nuts and gum together, you're like, dude, you might not want to put those 2 things together.
That's a good one. That's a new one.
I like corn nuts and I chew gum every once in a while, but not together.
Yeah, not right one after another.
Nuts and gum. I was thinking different nuts.
Poke a photorealistic portrait of my parrot, on the
in
palm
script.
of my hand. Yeah. In script. None of those things work.
How long have you been tattooing? Did we already ask this?
No.
So that kind of depends on how you gauge it. Like I started in a shop in 98. I started asking about tattoos and like trying to figure out how to get an apprenticeship. It's like probably around 1990. In those days it was a lot different, and Denver was really kind of still under the thumb of this biker cartel alliance. But me and a buddy, we did it the old-fashioned way. Got a copy of Huck Spalding's A to Z. Knew a guy who could order stuff for us from National.
It's always a guy.
Yeah. And started figuring it out.
Yeah.
And, probably spent 4 or 5 years doing that off and on while I was doing other things as a young man, working and traveling and doing all the things you do when you're a kid. And then I got an opportunity finally, like one of the guys at the shop I was hanging with was like, hey, your piece book is really good. Like, why aren't you tattooing? I was like, never had the chance, and they just kind of brought me in, and it went from there.
That's really cool.
And as soon as I got the opportunity, it was like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do.
Man, so you've seen all like multiple eras of tattooing since you started.
Really kind of just 2. I came in on the end of kind of the biker scene where like guys like Greg Irons and Mike Malone and Richard Stell and, even kind of to a certain extent, like Jack Rudy in the West Coast scene.
Yeah.
That was all kind of that era. That was the 80s. Those were the guys who were finally making beautiful artwork out of the biker scene.
Yeah.
But those are the people who I learned from. They owned the shops. They knew what they were doing back then. And, to be honest, like that was part of the mystique back then. I was like, I want to be an outlaw. I wanted to, these guys like had all these cool stories and motorcycles and cars. And
so I would imagine at this point you've got some stories of your own.
Well, Tony ratted you out and said you had a lot of stories.
I've seen some things in the tattoo business. I've seen some wild things. It's changed. Some changed, some for the good, some for the bad. Overall, the quality is way, way, way up. I see artists that I don't necessarily dig or really respect, but damn.
But goddamn.
That's a fucking amazing piece of art. It may not be my thing, but I can't do that, nor do I want to. It's really opened the doors for just a huge swath of society, where that was the thing when I started doing it was very rebellious. I remember I got like a little hand poke tattoo in like junior high.
Oh my God.
Junior high?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was like a little cross with like a weed leaf or some shit.
Sick ass fool.
Yeah. Me and my little friend are like,
I smoke weed, but
smoked weed one time.
It kind of like healed up and it all fell out, and then it just like a collection of like little black freckles.
Oh, how funny!
Yeah. And then I used to hang around this tattoo shop in Denver called the Emporium of Design, and it was. Like,
I got my neck tattooed there.
Yeah, that was like the spot in the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
And it was all old biker dudes, big silver beards, mustaches all stained brown from smoking cigarettes. Dude's got a granny ass like that.
From smoking cigarettes and eating ass.
Yeah. Maybe. I used to go in there in high school and like hang around and like look through the books, and they'd chase you out of there. You ain't got no money, kid. Get the fuck out of here. You come back with your dad or something. Maybe after about a year that I went and got this hobo. There's a liquor store up the street, and I was like, hey, come in this place and tell this dude you're my dad. I'll give you $2.
No fucking way.
So he rolled down there, and I was like, I brought my dad in, and they just looked at me. They were like, dude, really? Come on.
That's got to be the coolest way.
He sleeps in the alley. We know this guy.
Oh, yeah, he has to party every day.
Yeah.
We just fired that motherfucker.
Yeah. But, yeah, totally. But they were like, all right, sit down. So I got my first tattoo then, and
Whoa.
I was still in high school. Like, it was probably 1988. I thought I was real cool. I would sleeve up down the hall. The only kid in high school with a tattoo.
And what was that tattoo? Or do you still have it?
No, it's gone. It was like a Zorlax skateboard design or something. It had like a little Joker and a skull and some spider webs. And I only had like $80, so it was like this big, and it like super.
You could have had 90, but you had to pay the homeless guy.
It was like super fine line. I think it was like an extra $10 to make the skull's eyes red, And I thought that was pretty sweet. And then I went back and I got it covered up like a year later with like a Frank Lee cat with like switchblades and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And I thought I was real cool.
How much did that one cost? Do you remember?
No,
the
probably
cover
like $150. And then once I got that done, I started thinking of it. That's when the kind of light bulb moment for me. I was like, I dropped pretty good. And I was kind of dabbling in graffiti at the time, and high school art class was kind of the refuge, for the, I don't want to say weird kids, but like I was definitely different than the other kids I went to school with. I would, suburban neighborhood. Those kids weren't like hip to what was going on in the world.
Yeah.
They weren't getting weed leaf tattoos?
No, well, it was just, it was like Def Leppard and big hair. And, I was like listening to the Dead Kennedys and like,
Oh, you were a black sheep for real.
Yeah. And like, I like was really into rap because I lived on the East Coast for a while when I was a kid. So I got into that stuff like early. I was an early adapter. They were just suburban kids, which, in the 80s, if you were from the burbs, you were kind of square. And I wanted to be a city kid. I wanted to be a cool guy, and you would just see that lifestyle. And that was something that, why'd you get that tattoo? I don't know, man. It's cool. That was like much more of a thing, I think, then than it is now. I think people get tattooed for different reasons now.
Like what?
Because the algorithm tells them it's cool. It's really hard to sell. Like, they're like, I really like this panther, but does it have to be purple and lime green? I was thinking more like this, and it's that same mid-tone blue, same vermilion orange, same mint green, super crude shading, looks like a fifth grader drew it. And that's very popular right now. The folk art version of traditional tattooing. You know what I'm talking about?
I feel like where we're at, speaking of regional shit, I feel like right now the Pinterest fine line floral is still so in.
It is.
I have some young ladies with good eyes and nimble fingers for that.
There you go. Perfect.
I can't see good enough to do that stuff. And
yeah, I don't really want to do that stuff.
Yeah. But I think because we're private, and I think at this point we see a lot less of it personally.
Yeah.
I also don't tattoo as nearly as often as I used to.
Yeah.
I'm down to like 4 to 6 big projects a month.
Oh, wow.
I tattoo on the weekends. I try to book up my Saturdays and Sundays. During the week, I spend the time in my garage, working on my paint and cutouts and signs and skateboards. And, I've always got a couple of motorcycle projects or helmet projects. Those seem to go as fast as I can make them.
Hell
and
yeah.
that gives me the free time to, my daughter doesn't go to daycare. I'm a single dad. She lives with me full time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
She's a good girl.
Yeah, she is a good kid.
And she's at the booth selling shit right now, right?
I think she's got a little hustle where she sells CeeLo dice.
Oh,
and
nice.
She's got this big bag of dice, and her deal is it's $10 for the set, but I'll roll you for it. And if I win, it's 20. And if you win, you still pay the 10.
She's a little gangster.
That's
We might have to,
Yeah.
Can we have her on and play her a game?
She might do it. She's a little shy like that. Like she kind of likes the notoriety of going to the shows because it makes her feel like, special. But at the same time, she's like, because I've been trying to encourage her to do like a YouTube channel or something.
And that's funny because when I went and ran into you and asked you if you wanted her to do it, she said yes before you did. She was like, yeah,
you're doing
Dad, you're doing it.
I'll go around with her this afternoon when we're done and help her make a little hustle. She's got some little monster toys she wants to buy that are they're like $80.
Oh, I know or is it those Labubu?
Yes. All the kids are obsessed with them.
They are sweeping the nation. All the kids and all the girlfriends.
Have you seen his girlfriend?
I have kids and no girlfriend, so I'm doing good.
Have you seen people?
I have no girlfriend.
And that's
put his info.
Part two. That's part 2 of the dating show.
She's getting to the point, the kid's getting to the point, she's like, Dad, it's time you find somebody.
Oh,
you need to get out of my business.
How precious. Have you seen people tattooing those Labubus? Like people are like actually tattooing.
Yeah. Like on the thing, I think I may have come across that in my TikTok journey every once in a while. Things like, what are the kids up to? Like trying to figure out how to talk to your teen on TikTok.
Well, we hear that you're a pretty gnarly snorer.
I'm bad.
Did you get her earplugs?
We did. The nice lady who rents the armrests and tables over there.
Ashley.
They leave them out at night on the thing. So we were walking by us. So I was like, hey, got you some earplugs.
Oh, good.
I think it might have been last year. I woke up in the room and I was like, where the hell is the kid? It's not in bed. I'm like looking on the side of the bed. I looked on the balcony, opened the door.
Oh my God.
I go in the bathroom. She's curled up in the tub with all the pillows and cotton stuffed in her ears. She's like, dude, you snore so bad. I was like, all right, I got to drive to Walmart and get you some earplugs from the
poor baby.
Yeah, the shooting ones, the extra good ones. So,
would you want her to tattoo, or would you be cool with her tattooing?
There's no wrong answer.
What I want for my kid is to have skills, whatever it is.
Okay.
She's very interested in nails. I have a girlfriend who's a master nail artist. She does like that crazy, bondage
portraits,
Virgin Mary, and she's got some contract with some fashion designer in Europe where she sends him 1,000 nails for like a photo shoot in Milan, Europe or something, but they're outrageously extravagant. So she offered to teach Winter before because her daughter is the same age and they hang out, they're little homies. So I was like, if you want to learn to do this while you're in high school, I fully support that.
Yeah.
To me, I'm not a huge, I was terrible at school. My kid's not particularly into it. I don't think they are really pushing kids the way they should in school, or focusing on the things that they should, or the education model isn't a way to engage kids to be creative thinkers. So I try to let her find her own path and encourage her, say, look, no matter what it is you do, whether you want to be a tattooer or you want to learn to do hair or you want to do nails or you want to become a vet tech or you want to become a doctor or a lawyer, you have to have a skill.
Yeah.
And you have to have something that you can sell. And, for me, being a tattooer, maybe, I have some feelings about what's going to happen to our business soon.
Yeah.
And what kind of tattooers will continue on and what kind won't. I do, however, think that as our culture moves more towards automation and AI and, the robots come and all of that because it's
inevitable.
Cat's out of the
They're
bag.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, it's happening already. I mean, the first time I was in Phoenix and saw those self-driving cars with I'm like,
it's the weirdest fucking thing, dude.
We live in LA,
and
so
then
they're everywhere.
Then I got kind of road ragey at it and was like, what happens when you cut it off? Let's see what this thing can do. I just encourage her that
the poor passenger.
Yeah. I think that as our culture moves towards that, and we become like more isolated, with remote work. People will really pay a premium for personal services, private chefs, personal trainers, your hairstylist, your yoga instructor, your life coach, your therapist, your barber, your tattoo artist.
Yeah.
I think those kind of things are the hardest to replace, where you get that personal contact.
Yeah.
So I think like finding a skill, and if she wants to tattoo, like she'll probably be the last person I ever teach if I can, like that's a weird thing to try to, a weird dynamic to have with your kids. I mean, COVID, like for us, was like the first part of it was awful because I had to do homeschooling. And I'm not qualified to be a school teacher. And it put a real strain on our relationship. It may be different as she gets older.
We were just talking about that with Casey, who we interviewed before you. We were saying like if he would want to mentor his kid or like have a trusted friend mentor, and then you just do the guidance, like to help along the way.
That is actually a really kind of wise idea. And I love that guy, by the way. Casey's
amazing.
He's one of the biggest, sweetest teddy bears you'll ever meet in your life. And what a hell of a tattooer.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that when you look at his work, you can tell his philosophy and, what I see as making a good tattoo lines up like that with that. He's one of those add only what you need, boil it down to the simplest elements.
You got maybe like a last crazy story or something?
Yeah. You got a crazy story for us? Come on, Tony. Really drilled it into us that you were going to drop our jaws.
I don't want to rat myself out.
You can say it's somebody else.
Some of these stories might be a little borderline.
A statute of limitations.
I can't tell you a story. So this was probably 10, 15 years ago. We went to a tattoo convention in Salt Lake, and I'm unpacking all my art, and you guys see what I bring. I usually bring a fair amount of large stuff. I'm, looking for people to help, make their shop look good. So I go and I get all my stuff packed, and there's this particular painting that I go to sell it, and the guy's like, I really want this, and he's looking at it, and he goes, hey man, what's this? And he points at it, and I look over it, and I'm like, there's a hole and a crack in the finish, and there's something stuck in it. Go get my knife out, pull it out. It's a fucking bullet.
Like a bullet or a bullet?
Like a bullet. Like a 9mm. And I turned and looked at the two guys that were with me, fellas that worked for me, and I was like, all right, come here, guys. I'm going to give you one chance to confess to this. And the one guy just looked at me and was like, oh, man, we got drunk and we were shooting the gun down the stairs of the shop.
Oh, my God.
Put a hole in your art. I'm sorry, boss. And I was like, all right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to sell this thing to this dude for a discount.
Yeah.
And then you're going to give me the money in difference. And this is never going to happen again. And so they were like, oh, God, is he going to fire me? Is he going to fire me?
That is insane. Like an idiot.
So, and I think the ironic part is I think that the painting might have been of a gun. There's like some big cabinet thing with all kinds of.
It's authentic.
Yeah. So that was a good one. I could tell that story without getting anybody.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But that used to be the kind of shop we had.
Wow.
We were the place that
the guy didn't get fired.
Yeah.
Well, like when I first started tattooing, I was still drinking and partying pretty hard back then, and I'd show up, call the boss and be like, dude, I can't come in. It's like, why not? I was like, because it's 11 and I still haven't been to bed yet and I'm fucking hammered. All right.
I've done that one.
Take the day off, be here tomorrow, Brian. I'm like, go in and I'm telling him like, hey, I think I might have a, little drug and alcohol problem. Because have you ever woken up in bed with... And I said, no. And he goes, then you don't have a drinking problem. He's like, I have a drinking problem.
I have a drinking problem last night.
He didn't say, well, little person.
Yeah.
Sorry.
PC.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the kind of place that I cut my teeth under. So I figured I'd owe somebody a break.
And Mike has these incredible their paintings are what would you call them, like plaques?
I do they're like cutouts. But instead of using one shot and the kind of standard acrylic that everybody else does, I use the stuff that I use to paint cars and motorcycles. It's like
looks like a airbrush.
Yeah, 2K auto paint. I flake them all, mask everything off, do all the hand painting, and it's fun. You can do all kinds of cool stuff.
We'll definitely add some images here as
awesome. That would be great.
Amazing works of art. It's incredible.
Do you ship those
You can
things?
buy my book at
yeah.
No, we're gonna let you plug yourself. Do you ship those things?
I'll ship them. I'm like kind of like tech phobic. Like I kind of sit down to do a big cartel and I'm like, I can't do this.
Oh, you're an artist, yeah.
Dude, your daughter,
yeah.
She's like me too.
Yeah.
She's like me too. She's like, I know how to make stuff, but I don't want to do this. Like the reading part of it, like I'm just like, what? Technical what? I don't know.
Yeah.
New email, I got this, that, the other thing. So I've always been kind of like, like every, I guess, single tattoo artist, like maybe I'll meet the unicorn of girlfriends. That's like a social media wizard or something.
Put out the
and again, his information is
where you bitches at.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let the people know where they can find you on Instagram.
I'm at Colfax_OG. That's COLFAX OG. And, I post pretty often. I don't really enjoy social media, but I put up what I have for sale when I have for sale.
Okay.
Awesome.
And if you want to, you can DM me directly, and I'm pretty good about getting back to you.
And this is the same for tattooing and your cutouts?
Yeah. And I still tattoo. I take interesting projects.
Awesome.
As long as it's nice these days to have the freedom to kind of like, that's not really in my wheelhouse.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Let me focus on what I do, which is,
Yeah, it's better for you and for the client.
And for the
panthers
client,
and shit with wings, too.
Do you have any travel dates?
I'm home for a couple of weeks, and then I'm off to Sturgis.
Nice.
For 12 days, and I tattoo at the Cellar on Main Street, which is like a permanent year-round shop with a really great group of guys. And, we go up and ride motorcycles and hang out and play biker at the world's largest cosplay event.
How crazy is that?
Casey said the same thing.
Yeah, he was like, it's cosplay.
It's cosplay.
All right. Yeah, this will probably be out in about 2 to 3 weeks. So
awesome.
And I
can't wait to see it. I really appreciate you guys having me. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Because I've actually been really interested in kind of podcasting.
You got to. You got the
so
personality.
I'm like, look at this. So I've got a couple of lights, some microphones.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
and also, he's single.
Don't forget.
But not looking, actually.
Okay, never mind.
I'm too busy.
Well.
What did you guys think? A big teddy bear, right?
A teddy bear that'll fuck you up. Stop saying that.
Yeah.
He maybe doesn't like that.
Yeah, no, Mike is the shit.
So talented.
Super talented. And yeah, we're glad you guys got to meet him.
And that cover-up story, it actually involved this artwork that we just showed them. Or not this one, but I wish I had that one.
That would... Fuck yeah.
All right. So I think it's only fitting that we close off this series of ROADBUDS.
Part 3.
Yeah, part 3 with the man and woman behind the curtain.
The entire convention. They are the epitome of power couple.
Power couple and partnership. We have the Careys, Adrienne and her husband, Tony.
Yep.
Because I like it like that. Adrienne is, as Tony will tell you, is the real organizer behind the convention. She don't fuck around.
No way.
And she is born and raised, maybe not born, but
Since
raised in Prescott,
5?
she said, yeah. And Tony, she found him somewhere down the line. They're going to get into that. But when we were coming up, there were little things called tattoo magazines.
Ever heard of them?
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Magazines were like Instagram, but in paper form. And Tony says, remember he said that the first for the first year of this convention, they ran the ad in one of those tattoo magazines.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this show, besides just the Careys, is that it's not corporation ran, because there's a lot of these that, and that, no shade to them, but there's some of these that pop up in every city, and they're kind of just like You're in, you're out. You don't ever really meet the person that's running them. But this one is truly a labor of love. It's an invitational, so you often just see the same people every year. Like we've said before, it's Tattoo Summer Camp.
Yeah.
And when you watch this interview, you're going to see why and how they have cultivated
like a dedicated and loyal roster of artists that do it.
We talk about it with them about how it just feels like summer camp, and we never knew why, except for that we know a lot of people that do it, and like, you know, after years and years of seeing the same people, it starts to feel a little summer campy. But after talking to them, you're like, oh, they're the reason why. Like they have made it this way.
Yeah, he goes into detail about how the show came to be, and if you're in the area, even if you're not a tattoo artist, you guys need to check it out. It is something very special that they have going on there.
So, without further ado,
I'm liking it.
Here's the Careys.
All right, you snapped your finger now. Did you?
It's going to be so cheesy. Yeah, all right. You snap your finger.
Okay, now you go.
And you can wear the headphones if you want. It's just to hear your voice through the thing.
I like the headphones usually. Let's check.
Hey.
I look cooler.
It feels cooler, right? And I feel like it changes my personality.
Imagine you start talking like a broadcaster.
But not for the better.
You're just start being mean to people.
Just start talking shit.
I haven't done this in a while. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a natural.
I haven't done it in 6 or 7 years.
Yeah. You guys did it together?
No, she was asked to do a few other
podcasts.
things.
Yeah?
For your
roller derby.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You still do derby?
17 years.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Can I get dialed down just a little bit?
You are for...
Picky.
No, it's loud.
How's that?
Sorry, my ears still work. Hers don't.
He doesn't have a voice, and I can't hear anything.
Oh,
it's
shit.
a great combination.
We're like
Your marriage will last forever.
We're just going to sail into our 80s like that.
Huh? What?
Like this is the back end of things already.
Like they hear no evil, see no evil movie.
Right.
With, who was that? Gene Wilder?
Gene Wilder
and Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, yeah.
Dude, that movie's so good. All right.
Ready to do intro, bud?
All right. As the late Abraham Lincoln once said, all good things must come to an end. I don't know if he said that, but it sounds pretty legit. I read about him once, and I think that's who was the guy behind the phrase.
Wasn't he a vampire slayer?
Yes, that's the guy with the axe.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, and it wasn't that long ago. All right. So it is now Monday, the day after the last day of the Northern Arizona Tattoo Convention, and we are here with none other than the host of said convention.
Hostesses.
Or host.
Yeah. The host, Adrienne, is here with her husband, me.
I know. It's funny whenever I need like information, I'm like, oh, I should call Tony. And I was like, no, I should probably just talk to Adrienne.
You should for sure not call me.
Because then he will say, yeah, I'll get you the information. Then he never asks me or tell me.
Oh, that's fun for you.
It sounds like every male in a relationship.
I'm working to the outside edge of my functionality all the time, which is not that high of a baseline to begin with.
And every year just gets a little bit better, dude. And like 20 years from now, maybe you might have it all down.
Well, if I'm functioning somewhere, I'm neglecting some other area of my life. So I'm just trying to, pull from the stack somewhere.
Well, hopefully you figure it out before dementia creeps up.
I'm not. It's already.
All right. So, yeah, the show is now over. It was an amazing show, per usual.
The best tattoo show there is, I think.
Oh, thank you so much.
Don't tell Lloyd.
Oh, yeah, we can't tell Lloyd.
Don't tell Lloyd.
and Drew. So how long has this show been going on?
This was the 13th annual.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
To think.
When it started, was it exactly the same? Did it grow?
Not at all. It was so different.
Really?
Yeah, we had only one like pipe and drape rental company in town, and they had these like really shitty blue drapes, and it was real ugly, and we didn't know what we were doing or how to set it up. Everything looked 110% different.
I didn't know about the plastic that you lay out over the carpet, like the sticky
You're
stuff.
just fucking ruining the carpet.
No, we rolled out like drape plastic and taped it all down manually.
Whoa,
it was horrible.
Oh, wow. How many artists do you guys think you had on your first show? Do you remember?
It was just the ballroom, so it was probably like 80, maybe tops.
Yeah, so now we're 140 plus.
Mm-hmm. Now there's people in the handicap stall. Packed.
Yeah, I saw a guy tattooing in the bathroom. It was crazy. I got something.
Oh, that was me. That was me.
Super sanitary.
Awesome. So how did it come to be?
There was definitely nothing in Northern Arizona at the time, hence Northern Arizona Tattoo Fest. But it honestly virtually created itself. It was serendipitous all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I think somewhere around 2005, 6-ish is when I started like going pretty hard on working conventions myself. Yeah. And it was always a dream of mine to work conventions. When I first started tattooing, I'd see the lists in magazines and I would dream about, what it would be like to just go to a tattoo convention, much less have an opportunity to work one. Because when I was first starting out, there was no opportunities. You had to get invited. If you didn't know somebody, it was hard. You had to present a portfolio because you didn't have like an Instagram to present to the promoter or some shit. Yeah. There was really no social media.
What'd you do? Like mail in pictures?
I mean,
what was that like? Or just tell them what it's like?
I used the Pony Express.
We were born in the 1900s, it's a thing.
No, you'd email images or whatever. And, sometimes you wouldn't get a response. And, it took us a while to get our first shows. I think the first show I worked would have been like Green Bay in like January 2004.
What made you choose that one?
It was just the first one I got.
That's the one you got into.
Because I'm from Wisconsin originally.
Okay.
I learned to tattoo in Wisconsin. I'd only been living here for like a year, so it was kind of like a chance to go back home. And that was a premiere show at the time.
Well, and we'd only been together at that time for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
and he's like, you should come back with me. I'm from Arizona, California to Wisconsin in the winter.
Oh,
I
God.
Fuck that.
It was like at one point negative 40 degrees wind chill.
Oh my God.
It was not okay. I was not okay.
The show was busy, however. It was a good time. But yeah, so I fancied the idea of working conventions. Then I started working conventions and things went really well for me early on. And I was just pumped on tattoo conventions. I just wanted to work as many as I could. And I started meeting people and, that happens. It's a great progression. Somewhere early in on that, her and I were driving home from a show. I think it might have been like the Queen Mary in Long Beach or something.
Yeah. Wow.
So it would have been like maybe 06, 07-ish.
That was Ink and Iron?
Yeah, totally. We just had a conversation about, do you think like Prescott could ever support a tattoo convention? And it was anecdotal. It wasn't something we were pondering in reality or anything like that.
Yeah.
We just started the conversation. We were both kind of like, I don't know, that's like super scary to think about. And then it just sort of went away. Like it drifted away. It wasn't something we thought of on a conscious level. And then this is how it went. I swear on the Lord, it went like this. I was tattooing at the shop. We had a guest artist in town. A buddy of mine was hanging out, people hanging out at the shop. My buddy said to me, do you think there could ever be a tattoo convention in Prescott? I was like, I don't know. Adrienne and I kind of kicked the idea around, but I didn't really think about it very much.
Yeah.
As I was doing that, the kid I was tattooing said, I work at the Prescott Resort. I book all the banquets.
Whoa.
That could happen. We had a guest artist in town. The guest artist was like, if you did it, I would come. I was like, oh shit.
That's insane.
That's crazy. So I went home, I told her about it. And then I would say within a couple of weeks, we dropped a deposit and just fucking rolled with it.
Just did it.
Yeah, just did it. It just happened.
And we had not like we had any financial backing or an investor
so
or any
gamble.
money. Oh, a big gamble.
I mean,
I don't know what would have happened.
I hate to say it, but we dropped $500 and built it from there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
started selling booths, had no idea how it was going to work. I had no idea what it was like behind the scenes. I've been paying attention, but you can only learn so much from working a show.
Yeah, that's true.
I was getting my back done by Aaron Coleman at the time, so I was getting tattooed semi-regularly, and of course, he's someone I very much looked up to in this game or whatever, and I mentioned it to him, and he's like, well, fuck, I'll come, dude. I'll come check it out.
Oh, man. So then you had to do it.
So once I got the nod from him, he told a few friends, and then it was on. And earlier that year, I think we committed to it probably in about... It was a year and a half prior to actually doing the show.
Planning it?
It would have been like 2011 or something. So the convention, the first one was 2013. So it was a year and a half lead time.
Whoa.
And in that time, we had gone to the Philippines for a tattoo convention. The only time I've ever tattooed abroad. That just fell in my lap and we went out of nowhere, not knowing anything about what that was going to be like. And it was a very different experience, but we met tattooers from all over the world and we bonded with them because we were there for like 2 weeks. We formed these really awesome connections and some of them came to our show. So from day one, we were international, which I couldn't even imagine. I thought it was going to be like a small, like 20 or 30 booth, like local type of thing. And it wasn't like that. It was
a convention.
Yeah. It was a convention from day one by complete accident.
So did you guys like put the deposit down, and then as the money came in, you started like renting what you needed since you didn't know how it was gonna.
Exactly. I didn't even know how to do that.
Wow.
She had a friend who does the wedding.
No,
was it that? Wasn't even.
No,
at
I
the
just
time
figured
yet.
it out.
Yeah, we
she
just
didn't
did
do
it.
weddings then.
We just did it.
Yeah, we just did it.
This is crazy.
She just did it.
It was the scariest thing ever, to be honest.
We just kind of had a
That
list. Like,
is.
what do we need?
And then check this out. So I'm going super hard on promoting. Back then, magazines were a relevant thing in the tattoo world, which sadly has sort of disappeared.
I know.
We took out a full page ad in Skin Art magazine.
I forgot about that.
And at the time, I was probably the crest of like when I was getting magazine exposure. So I don't know if I ever had a name like that, but if I ever did, that was the time I did. And I was able to promote some of the bigger name artists that were coming.
Yeah.
And people started hitting us up because people looked at tattoo
As Aaron
magazines.
Coleman was going to be here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it just started going that way. And we had a, head of steam for momentum building. And a week and a half before the show, the Prescott 19 happened. Those firefighters died on Yarnell Hill.
Oh.
Some of them were my friends. The whole town knew them. And tragedy fucking was cast over the whole town.
The whole show.
So we stopped promoting leading up to it.
Yeah.
We're like, is this even going to be a thing? Like, this feels so dark now.
Yeah.
And that, I guess a weird way, made everyone bond like pretty hard the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Community.
Yeah. And then it just went from there. And within a year or two, it started to feel like family, and then it started to grow. I mean, you guys know Ed and Emily.
Oh, Slocum, yeah.
I hadn't known Ed previously, and someone had introduced him to me and mentioned he wanted to work the show, and I was like, oh, Tucson, that we would love a representation from Tucson. So Ed came up that first year, and him and Emily had just started dating, like barely started dating. And he did the top part of her back piece, black and gray, kind of realistic Pharaoh's horses, over the course of that weekend. And he won a best of day and I think a best of show with her back. I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but it kind of like oddly was a marker in their relationship early on.
Wow.
And of course, we've all grown like that together.
Now you guys are building
You're welcome.
families.
Yeah, you're welcome, Ed.
I know everyone, a lot of the artists that have been coming here for extended period of time are making babies, and all these babies are growing up with us.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy to
It's
see all the little
crazy.
preteens running around now.
There's
Wild.
they had their own booth.
I gave them a booth this year. Yeah,
That was so
precious.
cool.
Last year they asked me for just a little table, and then they they're slinging their art, and they're like,
It is the cutest thing.
getting money from people. I'm like, I'm just gonna give them a full little booth next year. So
you
gave them
guys
a little booth.
probably know Rooster Phil's daughter, Madeline. She has quite a large personality and a strong presence at the kids' table. Rachel won the pinup contest, I think, year 2 when she was pregnant with her.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's how deep this shit goes. You know what I'm saying?
It's such a
That's so cool.
family oriented show.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And you
it
don't
wasn't
really
on
see that
purpose.
anywhere.
It wasn't on purpose. It just
Yeah.
went that way.
That's I'm
I'm sure it's ruined some marriages too. The parties after get a little bit wild.
A little crazy.
For sure, for sure. There's that component too.
Yeah. Which is an amazing component to this
Yeah,
thing because you're covered every night. There's something going on. If that's what you want to do, it's there.
Another part to that story is when I was a kid, I got in trouble for having parties at my parents' house all the fucking time. Like a ridiculous amount of times. I have no idea why they chose to leave me alone more than one time getting busted for a party. But I got busted all the time for having parties. Who would have thought I could springboard that into a business?
Yeah.
You said, I'll
And-
show you.
And Adrienne is naturally gifted at managing things, as you may or may not know. And she's a party planner. I mean, she could be a wedding planner. She could do this shit for a living for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a tram to your house party growing up.
Yeah.
Because that's how much they take care of this shit.
I think we had so I've been playing roller derby for 17 years. And so the first year we did it, I just had all my derby girls helping, and a lot of them were just really good at making sure people were taken care of. And Lacey was a huge,
Lacey.
She's like, we need this, you need this, and she would just go down this list of things I needed to do to take care of people. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And so I just we just started adding to this list, and then
those girls probably made great bouncers too.
Oh yeah,
for
Your
sure.
derby girls don't fuck around.
Oh yeah, they're usually sitting at the door. Yeah, I don't know. We've just kind of always thought, well, the more we take care of people, the more they'll want to come back.
And you guys do. The hospitality here is amazing. That's why it's everybody talks about it. This is their favorite show.
Everyone calls this one the Tattoo Summer Camp.
Summer camp.
Because there's just so much to do. There's, you guys open up the shop for us. We all have a group dinner. Like literally everyone that does the convention meets up at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Rosa's.
That food is so good.
Dude, that lasagna.
Dude, I have to smell that every day. Like literally every day of my life.
You mean you get to?
Smelling that, it makes me hungry all the time.
Dude, for some reason, every single night of this trip, we've had Italian food.
Nice.
And just by chance. And we went to Rosa's twice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we practiced the first time, and then last night was
locked in our order.
Locked it in.
They take good care of us. It's a good relationship for sure.
That's awesome.
Cool. Because it's a smaller town, right?
Yeah.
You would say?
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like everybody kind of helps each other out.
Actually, maybe for context, you guys should describe Prescott.
Yeah, how would you describe it to somebody who hasn't been here?
Well, how about let's have the local describe it. Adrienne's lived here since she was 5. I've been here about 22 years, but she's been here for...
You probably describe it a little nicer than I do. He always talks about how it's so beautiful here, and it's so funny because when you grow up somewhere, you don't maybe think about that or recognize it. And I'm like, so since he, I've been with him for how many ever years, 20 some years at this point, I'm like, oh yeah, it is kind of pretty here. It is really beautiful. There's a lot of pine trees. There's mountains. It's a mountain town. You just kind of doesn't feel like it sometimes.
Yeah.
So mountain town, it's beautiful. It is 90% white and probably 95% retirees. So that's one of the things we were not really. I mean, I'm clearly exaggerating. It's not that much retirees, but it was listed in the Forbes #1 place to retire.
Oh wow,
10 or I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, and so people started coming here in droves, and it's an interesting place. And that's one of the things when we first started the tattoo convention, we were like, we don't know, is there enough of a young or interested in tattoo crowd here that we could get people coming in. And so it was I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is, we kind of grabbed that underground of Prescott. This is the alternative to the rodeo. If you don't want to go to the rodeo, you can come up here.
Oh,
convention.
Which is the same weekend always?
Same weekend, always. Yeah. So we have the world's oldest rodeo.
Yeah.
And it's always on the 4th
of
July.
The world's oldest rodeo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world's oldest rodeo. So you get a lot of people in town. The fact that we did it on 4th of July was actually an accident. It was just they didn't have another weekend. And I don't know. That could go either way. It could be busy because there's more people in town. Or it could be that everyone's at the rodeo. But it all just kind of worked out. Yeah.
That became a tradition by accident also.
Yeah.
It just went that way the first year, and we continued with those. Those are the dates they continued to give us. So now
it's nice.
Yeah. So I think, Prescott's grown so much, and it's definitely getting more families. The whole thing is 100,000 people.
Wow.
All in all.
Even though Prescott is considered northern Arizona, air quotes, of course, it's pretty centrally located. So it's just as easy for people to come from, Flagstaff or to come up from Phoenix or, even Tucson, a little further from there.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty easy place to travel to.
It's a beautiful drive.
Beautiful drive.
It's amazing. And it's such a festive weekend. It's just even going into town, there's all the stuff going on, and yeah,
all the stuff at the square is busy.
To backtrack a little bit, how did that first year go?
Again, it had sort of a sadness cast over it.
Yeah.
But it went really well. And again, in a weird way, it kind of forced us to bond collectively a little more than we maybe would have, because we all had to endure that tragedy together. Yeah. And whether you're connected to it or not, you felt it for sure.
Yeah.
So aside from it having that, attached to it, it went really well. It went awesome. It definitely felt like it was something that we should build upon, and then we've been doing that ever since.
Yeah.
The hallway where we have tattooers now, all those doors were closed, and we had vendors in that hallway.
Oh yeah.
But we had them butted up against the doors, so you couldn't walk through, so we didn't think about that. So you had to walk around. That was totally different.
So that was sad for the vendors.
I know. Sad for the vendors.
You live and you learn.
Apologies for that.
Yeah. Sorry. We didn't know any better. So then we switched that up. Yeah, things are just, it's way different. I wish we probably have pictures from the first year somewhere. But man.
Yeah. Do you guys have the ad that you ran in the magazine?
Oh, I'm sure I have the magazine.
I
saved all the magazines.
If you can send us a picture.
I'm a collector, not a hoarder.
Can I tell them about your t-shirt collection?
Yeah, tell us.
Can I tell you?
It's fucking dope.
He has A, B, and C t-shirts.
What does this mean?
So yeah, right. So C t-shirts are like not great. You could do yard work in the t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
He keeps them. He just classifies them as C t-shirts.
Organized that way too.
So then B t-shirts are like his everyday t-shirts that he'll wear every day. And then he has A t-shirts, and he keeps all of these in our tiny little 1,200 square foot house too. He has A t-shirts, which are the ones that he's gonna keep because they're really cool, but he'll never wear them.
Oh my
But he
God.
still keeps them.
I have some of those.
His closet is literally like.
Wait a second. Have you given him a t-shirt?
Who, me?
Please
Yeah.
don't give him
No,
a
not
t-shirt.
yet.
I'm scared to see what pile it might end up in if we give him shirts.
Oh, yeah, that might hurt my feelings.
Oh yeah, maybe it might be in the C pile.
Yeah.
I fully wore an A shirt just the other week.
Wow.
It was a big day.
You're so easygoing.
Well, I can't. The problem is that the good shit I can't tattoo in because I wreck it.
Yeah.
So what do you skate in, the C-shirts?
BC. Somewhere.
BC.
Well, it depends on if I'm filming, I want to look good. So
Or who you're skating with.
yeah, exactly. So it's probably like a B.
On that topic, we heard that you had a skate morning. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday morning, I got up and
Yeah.
skated.
It's
yeah.
truly summer camp here.
It's legit a summer camp.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
awesome,
It
man.
is. I love it.
This is incredible. Yeah, you guys have been doing such a good thing, and I was fortunate enough to get on. I think after I met you the first
And
time.
I was fortunate enough to ride those coattails.
Oh, that's because we stayed at an Airbnb together
Yeah.
for the Grand Canyon
Grand
show.
Canyon show, and we just hit it off.
Yeah, that
That's
was
cute.
I never laughed so hard in my life. That was hilarious.
Yeah, you did come back telling me about Jimmy Jam.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We had some good times that night.
Yeah, I think the first night it was like everybody was socialized. There's people over, and I was just like, "All right, I'm gonna go jack off," and then I just left.
Oh, it's the same way that you leave work every day.
Yeah, I got to know his routine. It's pretty consistent.
Yeah, that was a fun weekend. So you guys have it all worked out? Do you think there's going to be any changes or anything for next year?
I think the one thing that changes is just the vendors, like how many vendors I end up having. So that's always a kind of crapshoot till the end.
And how many kids show up? How many
Kids
booths
show-
do they need?
Yeah, how many booths they
They're going to
need,
need like 5 booths by the time we're
taking
done.
over.
with
They're taking over.
Kids, I know. I know. It's really cool.
Well, I don't know. I think they were making some money. They might have to leave a deposit now.
Right?
They were
I mean,
really
they need to
selling.
learn these things.
They
Look
do
at it.
need to learn these
I bought
things.
this at full price.
Oh, no.
That's amazing.
What does it say?
Arizona.
Arizona. Is that for Maddie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's a salesman.
She
That's for
Yeah.
really
sure.
I mean, we've
is.
even had people like Cyrus. We met him in the Philippines. He's from
Yeah?
Phoenix, but we met him in the Philippines.
Still tattoos here.
Yeah, he still
That's so
tattoos
sick.
here. So he was one of the OGs. And then Liquid Courage, which is Jonna, and Devin didn't come this year, but we met
Yeah.
Devin in the Philippines.
No way.
Mhm.
Dude, oh, Devin stayed with us
Yeah,
that night
Devin was
at
with us
that
the
party.
Airbnb.
When you
Yeah.
did all the jacking off.
Yeah, the jack off night.
To be fair, I don't think he did all the jacking off.
Oh, it
I
was
think there was,
no,
there
no,
was
no.
other jacking off.
It was in the air.
I would not want to touch any surface in that Airbnb after you guys went through there. So I know that this is now become just an invitational, right?
Correct.
If desperate people really, really want to get on, is there ever a way, or is it a don't call us, we'll call you?
We do a waiting list and
Uh-huh.
post it on Instagram like a few
All
months
right.
from now, and then people can fill out the waiting list, and then if it comes down to the end, we'll go through and we'll check profiles and see
Awesome.
who we want
Yeah.
want to bring on.
See if we like you.
Well, someone was saying, I can't recall who it was offhand, but it's like every year there's a handful of new tattooers that are able to come, and we don't know them, but by the end of the weekend, we kind of welcome
Everybody's
them in.
homies.
And by the time they leave, they're part of the family too. And,
Yeah.
because it's small enough. The convention is the space is maxed out.
Yeah.
Honestly, the market is probably maxed out. So it's a small show, and it's going to remain that way. But it makes it so that we all get to know each other, and it really is its own family.
That's
Yeah.
the best part about it. You could go in literally any aisle and know somebody. And
It's
it's
even
like
like that
they're
with
an
the
actual
clients
friend.
now,
Yeah,
too.
with clients.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's people that I didn't tattoo, but I know them now just from seeing them every year.
Yep.
Like it's really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Prescott clientele is loyal. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they'll wait for you to come back.
Right.
They won't
Yeah.
even get tattooed all year, and they'll wait for you to come back. It's awesome. And that makes me super happy too, because I want you guys all to stay happy,
Yeah.
happy and
Yeah.
I think
mean-
we probably had like the busiest Saturday we've ever had.
Yeah, and to be completely transparent, if I did 0 tattoos, I would still want to come back.
busy. Oh, thank you.
Because it
Thank
is so fun and, everything. Great town.
If you did
Great
0
people.
tattoos, I too would want to come back.
Awesome.
Yeah, is that it, you think?
I think so. I think one thing I wanted to add to that, because it's an invitational, I feel like the consumers coming through can like trust that they're going to get a good tattoo, because a lot of conventions do have scratcher alleys, and that's not the case here.
We work really hard to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Make
paramount from day
happen.
one. I wanted to make sure the bar was set real high so that you could stumble in here and get tattooed by anybody and still get an amazing tattoo in any style.
There's no one to bully, but it's fine.
I kind of feel like you guys do some sort of like personality test too, because you could literally get along with every single person
That's
here.
true. There's nobody like...
No egos. At least I haven't encountered any.
Because you're the ego.
I'm that asshole.
And that, honestly, that was organic too.
Yeah.
That was just reaching out to friends and friends reaching out to friends, and it sort of created a collective environment.
Well, I think it's the way you guys lead
people.
too, though. Like, I think it comes down to the way, I don't know, the atmosphere you guys created.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I can say if there's one thing I'm gifted at in this world, it's bringing people together. I don't know why, but relationships seem to flow through me, and that's worked well in this environment as well.
Yeah, people are getting married after your shows.
Yeah, for sure. It's happening.
Having babies.
So you bring the people together with nowhere to put them, and then she has to figure that out.
Exactly. Yeah, she does all the
Sounds
actual
about right.
work.
You guys are angels, is what you are.
The cleanup crew over here.
She does all the actual work. I just talk to people. It's awesome.
You're the idea guy.
So how can people that want to get on, but probably won't unless you let them, find you on, is it just website?
Well,
or
actually, from this
Instagram?
point forward, Jimmy Jam will be doing all the vetting.
Oh, trust me, you don't want
He
to.
has a very low price.
If for
Go
some
on.
reason we are unable to facilitate you, it's because of Jimmy Jam. So.
It's going to be only naked tattooers.
We do have a website. It's northernaztattoofest.com. I sometimes put sometimes I put the contact sheet on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Instagram, I always put the link on there for like the wait list and
Okay.
whatnot. I mean, people message us on Instagram, and I don't check that, but
Yeah.
but if you put yourself on the wait list, then at least
You
you're
gotta do it
out
right.
there. If you don't hear from us, it's sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, try their Southern Arizona tattoo.
You're stupid. And then, what about your tattoos? You want to drop your Instagram
The
page
shop?
and stuff?
I work at Hold Fast Tattoo. I've been there. I don't own the shop. Some people think that I do because I
I thought that.
host the convention with my wife. But Kenny actually owns the shop, and he maintains a very low key figurehead role at the shop. He's not the one to ever claim it or whatever. I was there from day one. I've been there for
Cool.
over 20 years now.
Wow.
And yeah, we still get along. So we're like a fucking old married couple at this point. We could order each other's lunches, you know. You can find me at Hold Fast Tattoo. My Instagram is Tony Carey Tattoo. I tattoo all styles, but I lean towards a lot of large scale Japanese. So yeah, find me there.
Yeah, and you do the...
Yeah, I definitely do Tabori tattooing as well as Kenny.
It's amazing.
All right.
I think that's a kind of a misnomer too that Hold Fast puts on this convention.
Uh-huh.
They don't.
It's
the two of us.
She was like, it's me.
It's the two of us. He works at Hold Fast.
Hold
obviously.
Fast puts on the gambling ring.
Yes,
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
Fast
yeah.
puts on
Man,
the gambling.
that party
absolutely.
last night was wild.
Kenny
Yes,
hosts
and
a
Kenny
very
hosts
good
the-
party.
the
Kenny
party.
was-
Yes.
He's wild.
Kenny
Kenny's-
hosts a very good party.
Yeah.
Dude's hilarious. He's a character.
The other thing I wanted to say is I really wanted to thank, we couldn't do this without, first of all of you beautiful artists contributing and, helping us make this a positive thing moving forward. But I mean, it starts with hotel staff or resort staff.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys have been with us for a number of years, and they hold it down, and they remade, put forth a positive effort and, have smiling faces, and they do a lot for us without getting any mention. So they help us a lot. And then, of course, our staff, our volunteers, so many of them have been with us for a long time, and they carry so much weight without even us giving them direction.
Yeah.
So it's not just her and I. It's
a lot of moving parts.
A lot of people that contribute. I have so many friends that help out without it. Give them a T-shirt and they're happy.
Yeah.
So I can't do it without them.
That's awesome. Well, it's an amazing thing, and we honestly cannot wait to come back. So we usually have our guests at the end of our episodes look at the camera and say, "Thanks for watching. We'll see you at your next session." You guys up for that?
Of course.
All right.
Thanks
for
for
watching. We'll see you at our
your
next session.
Perfect.
It's a wrap. that's a wrap on Tattoo Summer Camp.
Thank you guys so much. This was awesome.
Hope that was
Yeah.
good.
That was fun.
So that is the end of the 3-part series of the Tattoo Budcast ROADBUDS episodes.
I know. This is our second time doing it. If you guys haven't watched our Phoenix one, go back and watch. Before we close out, I want to say a huge thank you to Adrienne and Tony
Yeah.
for even giving us a space to record, for letting us record and taking time out of their day. Like, we caught them as they were literally tearing down all the booths row by row, getting rid of Sharps containers.
It was such a fun weekend, and I can't wait for next year.
Yeah, you guys really got to check it out if you're in the area. And even if you're not in the area, if you're just...
Yeah, just passing through town.
Yeah,
Woo.
if you're drivable to it, you should check it out because there's some sick-ass artists.
Oh, and I know I mentioned it in a couple episodes at this point, but please stop at Rosa's and try the lasagna.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Rosa.
Yeah, they're like part of the family now.
Fuck, that sounds so good right now.
You want to go to Prescott right now?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck it, dude. All right, we'll see you at your next session.
Thank you for watching the Tattoo Budcast.
We're going to get some fucking lasagna. Awesome.